Hi again. So this is me just trying to show you a practical example of the position fixed. I had other positions laid out, but I decided to do position fixed for my own small website, that small project I shared with you the last time. So this is just the basic HTML, about 160 lines. Just basically the head, Google fonts and all that stuff. So for the CSS, nothing much, just about 281 lines, 281 painstaking lines. This is the section for animation, and this is the section for responsive web design. I don't know whether you are familiar with responsive web design, but it's really powerful, as I'll be showing you now in the next video. So if you ever need anything on responsive web design, RWD, you can just reach out to me. I'll be happy to help, but you're going to start paying very soon. So just get ready. So this is basically the website, and the deal here right now is this you're seeing here is fixed. This navigation bar is fixed, and then the rest of this content you see here, down here, the whole of this content is the rest of the page. So now, since I told you that the position fixed pushes the elements, or pushes the container to the viewport, which is actually to the uppermost part of the page, leftmost part of the page, rightmost part of the page, bottommost part of the page, however it is. So basically it's not there, and since I didn't give the body a relative position, so it was positioned out of the body and straight to the nearest parent, which is the HTML and the viewport. So basically I now give the body padding top of 60 pixels to enable the content of the body sit perfectly right under the nav bar. Did some small calculations for that, plus and minus too, because it wouldn't make sense if you scroll past this, or if you log onto the site and you start seeing black overlays over here. It's not really going to make any sense at all. So I just decided to do that. So if you look in here, if you look into the code, you're going to see here that our head is actually given a position of fixed, a top of 0, and then our body is actually given a padding top of 60 pixels to enable it to sit right under here. You get it? So this is basically not the logo. This is just text and the font icon, because I haven't designed the logo. I'm just doing this for a friend who will be going to culinary school next week, so it's just my own way of encouraging her and wishing her the very best whatever she does. So when she finishes, we can host this for her, and then she could use it to display her skills and probably nail something. So this wasn't there the last time we saw it. All these are valid links. I was actually working on one of them. So I did this with border radius. It's not how the picture came. This curves around some border radius, you get. So, and then this itself is a grid. It's a 2-column grid and 1 row. So this is in one column of the grid, this is another column of the grid, as designed with grid template areas. So this too is another 2-column grid itself. This here is the first column, this here is the second column. So so if you notice, as we scroll, you notice that the content the header is still there. It comes in handy because when you want to navigate, you can easily just navigate here. If this is a drop down, you click on this, something's going to pop down, boom, it's going to pop down, boom, and then you can be able to navigate around without always having to scroll back to the top of the page. Now let's say that our header was just right here. Now when we scroll, if there are no other links maybe sitting around here, you would always have to scroll back to access the header, which doesn't make any sense to me. So that was why did that. So excuse me. So the rest of it is just pretty much basic. Site is responsive, the images are responsive because I used mostly percentages. When you use percentages, it gets to be responsive, but if you assign 200 pixels to an image right now, when the viewport starts to shrink, the image will not shrink with it. It's going to still stay at 200 pixels. Why? Because 200 pixels is a static unit. But if you say 90% of its container, it's going to shrink as its container shrinks. So that's the trick with the responsiveness of the images. So all this you can do. That's why you can never see the essence of Bootstrap ever. So if you look at this TDP images, which is what this is, you can see it's been perfectly centered. Margin top 20 pixels, left and right is auto. So the width is 90%, height is 90%. So as this shrinks, the images shrink with it too. So you can see it's fully responsive. See, shrink, 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 and even to the smallest point of shrinking. And notice that the navigation bar disappears because on smaller windows you're supposed to have something like a hamburger menu, but when you click on it, things come out. So I'm going to take out my time to actually do that, because doing it is actually very stressful in CSS, but with JavaScript it would have been a lot easier. So for responsiveness, just take a look at this. Is what you get for an iPhone. So basically scroll down, yep, one column layout for the footer. Now the footer was done with Flexbox, basically with Flexbox. All of this is Flexbox. So if we were to go back and then click phone, what it's going to be like on an iPad, you see you get all the menus and then this comes back together, and then you can still scroll down again. Yeah, so you see you now get a 4-column layout. Now what do we get for, let's see, a laptop to the MDPI screen? So you get a 4-column layout, which is what you get on your laptop basically, and the images are bigger, the texts are bigger, but fully responsive. When you shrink this, boom, comes right under there, right under there. So this is actually very cool. It was done with the media queries. You see all the columns are now being stacked under each other, and it looks actually very nice. Yeah, so that's just basically it. So what's really important I was trying to show you here is, as we scroll, a navigation bar remains, so we can easily access whatever we need to. Yes, so if I give this footer a position of fixed also, it's going to remain down there as well. It's not going to move, and it doesn't really make any sense, because then you will not have a smaller window from here to scroll, you get, which doesn't really make any sense to me. But if you make it sticky, now let's say the container ends here, once it reaches this point it just disappears from up here, and scroll down, and then maybe this footer can now kick off. So yeah, that's just it. So I hope these videos are going to be useful to you, and I hope you're going to make the best of it. Such actually very painstaking 30 minutes of my life, just call it 1 hour now, because oh my god. Well, I guess I'll talk to you later, and just tell me what you think about the video. I don't have a channel or anything like that, so I'll just rename them and see how I can upload them on YouTube. Alright.